Now, as we just heard, an American student has made a tearful plea to an Italian court against her murder conviction. Amanda Knox appealed to the court to give her life back.
Io non sono quello che loro dicono.
I'm not the person they say I am.
La perversione, la violenza.
Perversion, violence, disrespect for life and for people aren't part of who I am.
E non ho fatto le cose che loro suggeriscono che avrei fatto.
I haven't done what they have suggested I did.
Non ho ucciso, non ho violentato.
I did not kill.
Non ho rubato,
I did not rape. I did not steal. I wasn't there.
Amanda Knox speaking there in court. For more, we're joined by our Europe correspondent, Philip Williams, in London. Philip, good morning. Tell us a little bit about what Amanda Knox had to say in that tearful plea.
Well, really, she was pleading her innocence. She said she wasn't anywhere near the scene of the crime, even though she shared a house with the victim. She said she was at her boyfriend's house and that she'd stayed all night and been nowhere near when the attack actually happened. There'd been DNA evidence linking her and her boyfriend to the crime with a bra clasp and also with the knife. That DNA evidence very heavily challenged by her defence team during these months of appeal proceedings. And so now it's the moment of truth for her. She is waiting, along with her former boyfriend, to see if the court decides that she walks free or that she serves out the rest of her 26-year sentence. Her boyfriend sentenced to 25 years. So we should know, we're told, within the next half hour or so, what the result of all of this is. And of course, there'll be many people across the globe transfixed by this trial, particularly in the United States. It's become a huge story there because, of course, an American has been involved and her parents have managed to galvanise public opinion in favour of her and she's seen very much by many, many people as innocent.
What's the background to this story, Philip Williams? Because it's such a strange one and it's probably taken many Australians by surprise. A little bit of the history that led to this pair even being in court in the first place.
Yes, well, it goes back 4 years to when the Meredith Kircher, a British student, joined in a household with Amanda Knox and everything seemed fine. And then Amanda Knox's boyfriend, Italian boyfriend of only 2 weeks, were, according to the prosecution, involved in a sex game that went horribly wrong and turned into a violent, frenzied attack on this British student. Now, of course, that's vehemently denied, of course, by the Knox side, but that's what the prosecution said, that this was basically they had been fooling around, it had got out of hand, and it ended up in this terrible murder. And part of the mystery of all of this was the behaviour, particularly of Amanda Knox. She was seen doing a cartwheel in the police station shortly after her arrest. There were inconsistencies, allegedly, in her story. She was seen kissing and cuddling her boyfriend in a way that looked like they were a normal, loving couple, but to which nothing like this horrendous thing had happened. All of these elements aroused suspicion in the prosecution. The DNA evidence, they say, added to that body of evidence, and she was convicted and sent. She spent 4 years in jail now. As you saw, she spoke in Italian. She speaks flawless Italian now because, of course, that's the language she would have been using day in, day out in the prison cells.
So, Philip, you said that her family's managed to galvanise some public opinion in support of her back home. But have US authorities taken this very seriously? Have they been involved? Has there been some sort of consular intervention?
No, not beyond the consular observations and promises of help that you'd expect in any circumstances, guilty or innocent. But really what the parents have managed to do, and of course, every parent would try to do this for their children, is basically turn public opinion in favour of their daughter. Now, that's worked very, very well in the United States. She's very photogenic. As you can see, she's very convincing. When she talks, she's quite emotional. She's grabbed public opinion in a way that has kind of turned off the Kircher family, because what they say is that this gigantic, as they describe it as a PR machine, is something they simply can't counter. and that they say, and look, we'll just listen to a clip from Stephanie Kerscher, Meredith's sister, who says in all of this, the victim has been forgotten.
Without a final ending to everything, it would be very difficult to forgive anything at this stage. I think what everyone needs to remember is what Mum and I were talking about earlier, the brutality of what actually happened that night, and everything that Meredith must have felt that night, everything she went through, the fear and the terror and not knowing why.
Stephanie Kerscher speaking there. And just quickly and finally, Phil, we're going to get a verdict in this case in just a matter of minutes now.
Yes, we think so. We think that probably by the 1:30 we'll have a verdict. That's what we've been told. But who knows? It's been 4 years to get to this point, and we may have to wait a couple more hours. We simply don't know for sure, but we are promised that within the next half hour or so we'll know whether Amanda Knox and her former boyfriend will walk free or not.
Philip Williams, thank you.